On this edition of the Pendleton Journal, we'll take a look at some high-speed cars laying down the rubber.
We'll watch as some Marines try to make it into the next Marine Corps commercial.
And we'll go to a place in San Diego where you're sure to have a howling good time.
All this and more, the Pendleton Journal is next.
From Camp Pendleton, California, home of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, this is the Pendleton Journal.
Oh, yeah!
Welcome to the Pendleton Journal. I'm Corporal Jennifer Valier.
And I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton. And we're here at the 14 Area Scuba Center at Mainside.
You know, some Marines might not know this place exists, but the fact is you can get various scuba certifications right here on base.
We're going to go check out everything that the Scuba Center has to offer. But first, we're going to take a look at some Marines who recently marched into the hearts and minds of the people of Capistrano while receiving due honors for service to Corps and country.
Let's take a look.
Marines from Camp Pendleton, led by a mounted color guard from Marine Corps Logistics Base Barstow, opened the St. Joseph's Day and Swallows Day Parade in San Juan Capistrano, March 19. Pouring out to line the streets, the community of Capistrano waved flags and clapped in thanks for the Marines' service to our country.
Makes you feel good because when you're out there, you hear about the people who don't really appreciate what you do. When you come back here and you do stuff like this, it really makes you feel better about the job that you do.
Many civic organizations and high schools were present at the event to celebrate the return of the Swallows.
I consider it an honor. It's a way for them to actually get up in front of the people and take in some of the credit that they deserve.
Reporting from the beautiful city of San Juan Capistrano, I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton. I don't know about you, Corporal, but I feel like the Marine Corps has the best commercials out there.
I know who else has rock climbing and slaying lava monsters.
I guess that's why the production crews came out to one of the best bases in the Marine Corps, Camp Pendleton, to seek out the Marines' newest poster child. It's fine.
These Marines are awaiting their chance to become the symbol of the Marine Corps in the newest of the Corps' recruiting commercials. After a bit of paperwork and a snapshot, the would-be stars are presented to a panel to evaluate their appearance for the role. After all, they are being typecasted to portray the very essence of the Marine Corps in hopes of inspiring Americans.
A lot of people see those commercials and the way they're done, the way they're shown, they talk about the Marine Corps as if it's an elite organization that very few could ever possibly imagine being part of. That boot camp is this trial that many will try and few will succeed. And being a part of a message like that to show that my face is out there and that I've accomplished this and that I am inviting others to accomplish this, it's a good feeling.
Lance Corporal James Gonzalez also feels that these commercials give potential Marines the "I can do that" attitude.
It's an opportunity for someone to see me being like I'm not exactly something special out of the ordinary, that you can do it. You know, I've been through high school, I've been through this, just like you.
And once these role models show that it is possible to become a Marine, these commercials will hopefully fuel desires to step foot into a recruiter's office to learn more.
The importance of television commercials like this in relation to recruiting is not to drive kids anywhere, not to make them make a decision, but to generate awareness of what the Marine Corps is about. That smart, tough, elite warrior that every Marine knows they are inside, so that we can bring kids in and turn them into the smart, tough, elite warriors.
Now, what will the next commercial be?
Better than the last commercial. That's about all I can tell you about that one.
To find out, it looks like everyone will have to wait until fall for its expected release. For the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Randy Bernard.
Well, we're going to take a look around the Scuba Center while you check out this month's Operation Iraqi Freedom Update.
Hi, I'm Corporal Randy Bernard with your OIF Update. Marines have been making history since the beginning of the Marine Corps, spanning the globe bringing peace to all corners of the world. The most recent pages of Marine Corps history have been written in the city of Fallujah, Iraq. Corporal Jan Bender was with the 3rd Battalion 1st Marine Regiment in November's offensive called Operation Al-Fajr. Let's take a look at the offensive through the eyes of the Thundering Third.
On November 8th, Operation Al-Fajr kicked off at the request of Iraq's Prime Minister Ihad Alawi and the interim Iraqi government. The Marine Corps' Regimental Combat Team 1 and 7, along with elements of the U.S. Army, were called upon to assault and clear the corrupted city of Fallujah, which had been acting as a safehold for numerous anti-Iraqi insurgents and various foreign fighters over the past several months. For the Marines of 3rd Battalion 1st Marine Regiment out of RCT-1 have been conducting stabilization and security operations for the past 5 months in Fallujah's neighboring city of Al-Karma, the assault held a special significance.
You know, we lost a lot of guys, and a lot of guys got hurt from just roadside IEDs, and you never really saw an enemy. So I don't know one person in my squad, my platoon, that wasn't like, hell yeah, let's go. We're taking this place down. It's going to be a hell of a ride.
As the Marines pushed through the city, systematically destroying all the resistance they came across, they braved a barrage of enemy small arms, sniper fire, rocket-propelled grenades, mortars, rockets, and strategically placed improvised explosive devices. In the face of all this, they never lost heart and were far from outgunned as they employed the full spectrum of the Marine Corps' deadly arsenal.
Target! We shot small rockets, AT-4s, main tank rounds, tow missiles, anything. If we knew there was somebody in a building, we used our snipers. We took the enemy out before we even had to go up and clear it the best we could. And if we had to go in there and clear it, then we went in with everything we had. 203s, fragmentation grenades.
House to house, the Marines assaulted their way through the narrow alleys and booby-trapped streets of Fallujah, many times fighting an enemy who was hyped up on methamphetamines and willing to barricade himself in, fighting to the death. For many platoons, casualties became a reality.
One of my squad leaders, he was shot through the helmet, but it was just a flesh wound, thank God, but he's one of my best squad leaders, and it really hurt to lose somebody like that.
The battle-hardened Marines fought on day and night with scarce bits of time for sleep and chow as they searched endless houses uncovering stores of enemy munitions, weapons, and IED-making materials. The small unit leaders of the battalion couldn't have been more happy with the Marines' performance under fire.
My Marines did exceptionally well. I was surprised beyond all belief. Not one of them was hesitant, went in looking for the bad guys. They were happy to do it. It was something that they've trained to do. It's the reason they joined the Marine Corps.
Many of those who were in the fight feel a great deal of personal satisfaction in their victory.
I definitely feel I've made, on my level, some sort of contribution to the greater effort that our country's trying to get done here in Iraq.
We did it. We took down the hardest city in Iraq. This is what people join the Marine Corps to do. You might be in the Marine Corps for 20 years and never get this chance again to take down a full-fledged city full of insurgents, and we did it.
Reporting from Fallujah, Iraq, I'm Corporal Jan Bender.
Stability and security operations are ongoing in the city of Fallujah. Corporal Mark Sixby brings us some 14th Marine Regiment reservists who are maintaining their combat skills to keep them in the fight.
With Fallujah's Operation Al-Fajr and the Iraqi elections now behind them, 18 Camp Fallujah-based reserve Marines from Fort Worth, Texas's 14th Marine Regiment recently took the opportunity to earn their tan belts through the Marine Corps' martial arts program. Yeah. While most of these reservists had participated in MCMAP training before, none had received the training required to earn their belts due to their civilian work schedules back in Fort Worth.
If you didn't get it in boot camp, there's just the 2 weeks annual training, and that's usually taken up by other ops going on.
In response to this dilemma, Counter Battery Radar Command brought an instructor to Camp Fallujah for the sole purpose of martial arts instruction. Enter Corporal Joshua Greenberg, Greenbelt instructor and radar operator with the 14th Marines. This is his first group of students as an instructor, but he doesn't hesitate to push them with intense group PT and thorough instruction. Greenberg says doing MCMAP in the desert has its advantages.
It's probably a little easier out here, There's no people's work schedules really to work around. They pretty much have time to do this, so it's a lot easier on them themselves and me as an instructor. I'd be able to not have to find them. So I like it better, probably.
The Marines look forward to earning their coveted tan belts for many reasons.
Well, we'll get to fit in with the rest of everyone else that's in the Corps these days, and we're also looking forward to moving up, picking up the gray and the green, and getting away from that tan belt. But we're all looking forward to getting that tan belt on.
The Marines say they'll earn their gray belts in Iraq as well, and, time permitting, at least begin working toward their green, all prior to returning home sometime in March. For the Pendleton Journal, Corporal Mark Sixby, Camp Fallujah, you rock.
And that's all for this month's OIF Update. I'm Corporal Randy Bernard.
Dun-na, dun-na, dun-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Speaking of wild beasts, I recently got to go down to San Diego to check out the world famous zoo. Here's more. Just south of Camp Pendleton, nestled in the hustle and bustle of San Diego's Balboa Park, lies a must-see sight that delights men and women of all ages. San Diego Zoo entices people from across the globe to come experience the call of the wild. Making it even better, military members can experience the world-famous zoo for a discounted price or for no charge at all when in uniform. Whether it is the snakes and lizards, the elephants and hippos, or the giant pandas, there's truly something for everyone. Everyone that's up for a good walk, that is. But don't worry, the easy-to-read maps make it simple to pick out your favorite destinations. Be sure to check out some of the zoo favorites, like the Absolutely Apes exhibit. Where else can you see apes rustle this close? At Panda Central, people line up just to get a glimpse of these magnificent animals. So what do you do if you get lost?
Do you know where the elephants are?
Sure I do. You want to know where the elephants are? Okay.
Just ask Paul Grubb. He's been working as a zoo volunteer for around 3 years and helps park guests connect to their next adventure.
Well, it's fun. I enjoy the zoo anyway. I enjoy the animals, and they're here to enjoy themselves and have fun, and so most everybody's pretty happy, and it's a fun place to be. And we're helping them find their way around, because the zoo is not an easy place to find your way around unless you know it well. So we try to help them enjoy their visit.
As Paul Grubb would tell you, walking isn't the only way to view the zoo.
There's a little one out there. He's hiding among the rocks there.
The park offers 35-minute bus tours that cover the majority of the 100-acre park while still enjoying the nearly 4,000 inhabitants that call this place home. Or for a change of pace, there's also the Sky Tram for a bird's-eye view of the park. Incorporated in the exhibits are 3 amazing shows that you should be sure not to miss. One of the most sought after is the Wild Ones at the Hunt Amphitheater, where predator and prey show off some of their natural behavior. The San Diego Zoo is open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come summer, June 26th, the park will start to stay open until 9 p.m. For more deals, prices, other fun opportunities provided at the zoo, and information on environmental conservation, you can visit the zoo on the web at www.sandiegozoo.org. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Jennifer Valliere.
Hey, I'm Diane. And I'm Elaine. And we're the Coors Light Twins. And you're watching the Pendleton Journal. Ooh, rah!
Hey there. Hi! I haven't seen you before. Yeah, I just moved here. I'm new. Wanna hang out or something? 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna be best friends.
Things can get pretty ugly when you're bored. In an after-school program, you can find something way better to do.
Properly inflating my tires burns less fuel and saves me money on gas. Yeah, I'm saving Mother Nature from pollution, but more importantly, she saved me $11. Ow!
Environmental defense. Get green.
By keeping my car regularly tuned, I save money on gas and repairs. That also means cleaner air. You know, feels good to help save the cash, planet.
Environmental defense. Get green. For more tips, go to getgreen.com.
Well, welcome back from the break. We're here with Mr. Ray Simon, who is the manager of the Scuba Center. So, Mr. Simon, can you tell us what the Scuba Center has to offer?
Right, we offer training for children through adults for scuba classes, skin diving, snorkeling classes, from beginning level scuba all the way to instructor level.
And how old does someone have to be to come down here? Is there a minimum age?
We have classes starting for kids classes starting at about 5 years old.
Okay.
We're at 5-year-old, 8-year-old, and 10-year-old brackets. At 10-year-old can begin scuba certified.
Okay. And how much do these classes cost?
They vary. The snorkeling type classes are about $50 all the way through the scuba certification classes run about $335. They're inclusive.
And how long do these classes usually take?
The scuba beginning class only takes 1 week. The other classes we offer run over the weekend, 2 days.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add, sir?
Well, we're running a special right now for the returning vets. We call it the 2-for-1 special for participants in OIF. They just have to identify that they were a veteran, and 2 can get trained in the basic class for the price of 1 plus the boat ticket. We'll explain the details when they come in, but it's a break. Each participant saves about $87.50.
Well, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
We're going to go back to the studio now for this edition's Pendleton Points.
With this edition's Pendleton Points, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby. The National Endowments for the Arts recently held writers' workshops at Mainside's Page Fieldhouse. Accomplished writers Victor Davis Hanson and Tobias Wolff helped service members aboard Camp Pendleton write down their wartime experiences for the sake of history. Around 80 aspiring writers came to the Page Fieldhouse for the class. A grand reopening ceremony took place in Mainside Wednesday the 16th to celebrate the Marine Corps Association bookstore's new location. Base Commanding General Major General Timothy Donovan was present for the ribbon cutting. Construction for the new location took just over 2 months. The new facility, located next to Mainside's Jack in the Box, was built in hopes to attract more customers. With this edition's Pendleton Points, I'm Corporal Mark Sixby.
Say, Corporal, did you know that the material these wetsuits are made out of can withstand a shark bite?
Really?
No, not really. Speaking of practical jokes, Corporal Randy Bernard is out asking the question, what is the best practical joke you've ever played on someone, or that someone's ever played on you for April Fool's Day?
One of my military friends told me that my ex-wife was coming to see me, and my girlfriend was at the barracks with me.
All right, I work at SOI, and we have all the instructors have our little lounge area. And last year, I came to work, and my wall locker wasn't where it was supposed to be. And I walked out onto the ramp where we keep all the LEDs, and it was sitting up on the lube rack upside down, and the big sign that said April Fool's on it.
Murder in the family. Oh no, death in the family.
How'd that go?
It's still going.
Really?
Yeah. I just haven't called him back to tell him. Grandma's dead. Hey, you inheriting stuff. I'm serious too.
All right.
Still working.
Well, one New Year's, it was in 2000. Everybody had the whole scare about that virus in the computer. I forget what it's called. Right when the ball dropped, I went in the garage and turned the power off.
Actually, a couple of my college buddies, one of them called the other one's family and told them that he had been in a car accident and was in the hospital, and they didn't know if he was going to make it and everything, so I don't know about it.
In the highly competitive pop music industry, stars and starlets are constantly being thrown into the mix.
3 of these ambitious vocalists recently came to Camp Pendleton to give a knockout performance.
The up-and-coming pop group Knockout put on a rocking show at the 43 Area Enlisted Club Legends March 2nd. The group has been touring all over California and didn't want to miss playing at Camp Pendleton to show their support for the troops.
We just wanted to do this, and we're really hoping that you guys would invite us.
And I guess it's also because we're inspired by all the older singers and singing groups that used to do all the USO tours and stuff, and so we're like, it doesn't really happen that much anymore, but it just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an inspiration.
Crystal Beltran, Clarissa Bruno, and Alex Nestor have been a group for 2.5 years. The 3 ladies formed the group after working together on an album project and television show called The Children of Christmas, starring Desi Arnaz Jr. The show's producers saw their potential and since then have continued to travel around the West Coast, gaining fans along the way. Marines like Corporal Sean Lucas enjoyed the show and appreciated how they took entertainment to a personal level.
They came out in the crowd, they represented themselves, you know, they got few of the crowd members to come down and interact with them, as well as them going out to the crowd themselves and interacting with them. It was pretty good, you know, I enjoyed it.
Knockout revved up the crowd with songs from their CD, Can You Hear Me Now, and autographed pictures and CDs from Marines after the show. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Corporal Jennifer Valliere.
We're going to check out the gear and change over to go take a dip
while you watch this month's Journal Trivia question.
Hi, I'm Lance Corporal Daniel Redding with this month's trivia question. This month they're asking, do you know how many threatened or endangered species call Camp Pendleton home? Is it A, 22, B, 9, C, 15, or is it D, 18? We'll have the answer for you when we return from this short break. And remember, stay tuned. The Pendleton Journal is news and information you can't get anywhere else.
Hey, you guys are doing a great job, and when I'm in Camp Pendleton, I watch the Pendleton Journal.
That's it.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference.
Welcome back. Camp Pendleton's 125,000 acres and 17 miles of coastline make environmental management a top priority on base. So this month, we're asking, do you know how many threatened or endangered species call Camp Pendleton home? Is it A, 22, B, 9, C, 15, or is it D, 18? If you answered D, then you're correct. Camp Pendleton is home to 18 of California's 77 protected species. 37 of these are animals and 40 are plants. With this month's trivia question, I'm Lance Corporal Daniel Redding.
Well, we're fixing to go take a dip into the pool.
But first, let's take a look at some ladies who got pampered for the day. Here's more.
At-home heroes was the theme for the day at the South Mesa Chapel. That meant a whole day dedicated to relaxing, de-stressing, and pure pampering to the wives of deployed Marines. The women were able to pick out shoes, clothes, jewelries, accessories, receive a haircut from the Paul Mitchell School, dinner for two, spiritual guidance, and even child care for the kids. Perfect ingredients to help boost the morale of the women and help them look hot for their honeys when they come home. And best of all, it was all free. Kathy Peters, chairman of the At-Home Heroes, feels like she can relate to these women who have to wait and worry while a loved one is away.
My now son-in-law, Thomas Morantz, was in 1st Marines, and he went out, so for his 9.5 months that he was gone, that was our hold our breath time, and that's one of the ways I can truly love and relate to these women.
And in fact, Thomas was the inspiration behind this whole event.
You know, being overseas, I knew that I was all right, but the people here at home were worried sick a lot of times.
Worried women like Christy and Nicole, whose husbands are still in Iraq. They described today as
unreal. I got a phone call from a friend, come down, it's really important. Get down here, it's just the support is unreal, and just everything that we've had is just unbelievable. I was speechless for the first 30 minutes.
But with all the free gifts aside, Kathy feels what these women really need to know is that they are cared for.
And they don't need shoes, and they don't need jewelry. They need to know that they're loved and that they're being prayed for. Our thought is anything that we do for these wives, we're doing for our men.
Reporting from the South Mesa Chapel, I'm Corporal Veronica Tuskowski.
In this next story, we're going to find out how to get involved in boxing aboard Camp Pendleton. Here's more. Do you think you have what it takes to make the Camp Pendleton boxing team? Staff Sergeant Anthony Gonzalez is on the lookout for Marines to form this year's squad. If you've got the guts, tryouts are going to be held at the end of May. There are only 13 weight classes with only one person in each class that will make up the team. All female Marines are encouraged to come to the tryouts and show off their skills. Those who prove themselves will begin a 5-day-a-week, 4-hour-a-day workout regimen to prepare them for the big show in July. In In the past 3 years, Staff Sergeant Gonzalez has sent 12 Marines to try out for the All-Marine boxing team, and 7 have made the cut. So if you're looking for a unique challenge to test your skills, check out the Scout newspaper, The Scroll on Channel 18 and 30, or contact Staff Sergeant Anthony Gonzalez at 760-586-8352 for dates and times. Reporting for the Pendleton Journal, I'm Lance Corporal William Skelton. In this month's sporting action, Corporal Veronica Tuskowski takes us up to LA to see how the Marines NASCAR turned out come race day.
Meet the Marine Corps racing team. Not only does the driver, Ashton Lewis Jr., speed around the track at a top speed of 175 miles per hour, but he and his team are helping to promote the Marine Corps.
Well, it's a multifaceted mission for us as the race team. We're hired by Marine Corps Recruiting Command, and it's a partnership, a marketing partnership. The major program is to help Recruiting Command meet its recruiting goal of close to 38 to 40,000 new Marines each year. But the secondary function is a morale booster for all those Marines out there worldwide who are fighting for our freedoms.
Lewis feels proud to represent the service members who sacrifice so much for their country.
The Marines chose us to go out there and represent them. To me, it's so much bigger than if you have like a consumer product, to actually go out there and put on that uniform that says Marines and go climb in that race car that says Marines and know that you're representing all the young men and women in the Marine Corps, fighting for our country. And it's just, it means a lot more to me than it would mean to be pushing a consumer product.
Lewis and the rest of Team Marines recently competed in the Stater Brothers 300 and the NASCAR Busch Series in Fontana, California. They nearly cracked the top 10 in the race, with Team Marines suffering from a few minor problems with the car. But Lewis still finished 11th in only his second race for the team. Reporting from the California Speedway in Fontana, California, I'm Corporal Veronica Tuskowski.
Well, that's all the time we have for this month's show.
But be sure to visit www.escubacenter.com for more information about Camp Pendleton Scuba Center.
And remember, stay tuned to the Pendleton Journal. It's news and information you can't get anywhere else.
See you next time.
Semper Fi, Marines.
What's the best April Fool's joke that's ever been played on you or that you ever played on anybody? Look behind you.
Fort Camp Pendleton. Here's more.
What's on the camera?
No.
It's Corporal Tanner writing this month's trivia question. This month we're asking, do you know how many threatened or endangered species call Camp Pendleton home? You want me to do more of an reflection on the home?
That's all the time. Like, hold on, time.